Okay, moving on to the mutable earth sign of Virgo. And during this Aries season, the spirit card message channel coming up for you is slow down, pause and allow things to unfold. So with slowdown coming up for you, Virgo, we're coming into this blooming season, this blooming maiden season. So when Aries energy starts to activate for you, especially for you as an earth sign, it puts you in this state of wanting to be definitely more productive or wanting to get to the things that have just really had you kind of slowed down during, just all the manifestations of the winter season with the pandemic and the setbacks and just you wanting to get your household in order. So with really this message coming up with slow down, you may be finding yourself getting stretched kind of thin and wanting to either just put your energy to use. You've been feeling as if you've been in either on one end, either a routine in which has been demanding as an obligation, or feeling as if you haven't been productive in the way that allows you to really create the work that you would like to create within your household and within your personal space. So with this Aries season coming around, there's all of this extra energy. When you get hit with this Aries season energy, it really puts really your productive energy to use in a way that may be more just doing because you can than actually being resourceful or useful. And it can actually create a state of laziness, not the kind of laziness that comes from not doing anything, but the laziness that comes from doing something and not shifting or pivoting your action because it's what you are in the routine of doing. So slowing down is also a call for you to see if what you're doing is actually practical and not just doing it simply because it does something or does something tangible for you. A lot of times, especially with how things are manifesting with this Aries energy, when you are in a state of flux with you being a mutable sign, that usually can put a lot of mental strain. It may be a call for you to either take extra rest or need to lay down. And sometimes when you're not listening to that aspect of yourself, you might run into injuries or you might feel fatigued. And a lot of you, since you tend to deal with travel, sometimes might suffer car accidents. And these are calls for you to slow down and not be doing simply because you have the energy. You don't like to waste things, so when you have something available, you feel it has to be put to use. If you have something extra, a snack or anything like that, you might not save it. You're going to eat it now because it's available now and you want it now. So when you have this extra energy, this abundance of energy, this useful energy, it's kind of like, it's like you get this enthusiasm, you get this excitement. It's like running into that young, youthful partner, and it's kind of like you matching up with them, and now your knees are popping. It's like kind of slow down. It's like you feel the energy, but is your body actually able to keep up with it and channel it? Their spirit call right here is to pause and allow things to unfold. It means allow the energy to go to the areas it needs to, and that there is a call for moderation to come into the picture. If you need to lay down, that energy will be there. This energy needs to be put in aspect in a different way, and as we look deeper into this, the energy may make you initially feel as if you need to put it to physical use because Aries is a sign of the first house, but really this energy can be channeled in different aspects in different areas in which you hadn't been finding solutions. I want to bring another call of awareness to, because Aries is a sign of the first house and physicality and vitality of health, when you are not doing what it is that you're supposed to do, this may manifest on you, like I said, as like needing to slow down, feeling fatigued, or getting into the bodily injuries, because Aries is physical, and when that manifests for you, it manifests in a physical way. So it might manifest as your health or a reflection of your alignment. So you might be reflecting on your health or experiencing health issues if you're not moving within the polarity and moving faster than your body is moving faster than your mind is able to. Your mind is moving faster than your body is able to actually process, and you experience those with those mishaps, those hexes, and those slip-ups. So for you, Virgo, we have the King of Earth and the Six of Swords. And the Six of Swords being here can definitely feel like a retrograding of a topic or a communication that was thought to be, believed to be addressed, or just an aspect coming back up that was ahead of its time. So sometimes we may feel that we're ready for a situation and we're actually not prepared for it. We haven't considered the energy, or we haven't considered the intensity of what's required. We may be making use, with the King of Pentacles being here, we may be making use of the energy, but we might not be appreciating the source of the energy or the divinity that's involved in it. We may be very capable, and you are very capable, but you may not be taking account of where the energy is coming from or what the energy is doing to you. And seeing the Six of Swords here, which definitely represents communications, and swords being air and perceptions and thoughts, there's a lot of mental energy riling up during this time. And so much so that your mind is going to race faster than your body can keep up with. You may need, this is a call that you may need to either remind yourself or have people around you that tell you to slow down and not take on too much beyond your capabilities. There are certain aspects that you need to put your hand to, and this is still a call that you have not taken the time to give yourself the proper energy. Again, this also overlays heavily with the full moon Libra, because it's dealing a lot with the connections, and this is a call to awareness that when it's saying slow down, you may be bringing new people into your dynamic, or bringing people that back into your dynamic that you hadn't had around. And the slow down is either asking you to slow and take an evaluation and a look at why or what is causing you to bring these people in. With this being the Aries season, the emotions may feel initially good at the time, and it might feel like, oh, you know what, it's been long enough, or this is just should be fine now. I feel good, I'm in the spring season. Yes, let's just go with those initial thoughts, but you're not slowing down enough to actually consider why things were left where they were, and if the season of depression has somehow changed your influence about the matter, or if it's actually been reconciled. There's some things that need to be talked about before we can concrete or cement something new, which is evidenced by the King of Earth, because it's a call that we're looking at one aspect of the energy and we're not factoring in enough of the connection or the emotional connection related to the matter. With the Aries season being here for you as well, and with all of these flowing thoughts, all of these flowing energies, we see the things of the communications in Aquarius, or Mercury in Aquarius, which can really change how we feel. Aquarius is a sign that abruptly switches its disposition, or can abruptly switch its disposition. So this is also a reflection that your feelings or your disposition towards a lingering matter you may feel has been taken care of, but in actuality, it needs further investigation. And Aries sometimes gets bored with too much information, gets bored with the details, and will glaze over. So you may be looking at a matter in which you want to just enjoy the thrill, enjoy the initial initiation and startup. But when it comes time, or when spirit, when this manifests as wisdom coming from people around you who are concerned and care about you, or even your own inner self-guidance saying, hey, hold up, maybe this is too good to be true, you start to glaze over when you're presented with the information and really the fucking facts that are intuitively telling you, like, hey, maybe you don't have to just settle into this enjoyment just yet. It's okay to investigate and actually see if this is really what you think it is. There's a lot, and the fact that the King of Earth is here shows that a lot of the connections coming around this time, or a lot of the energy that you're feeling around this time, is predicated off of something that you possess. That's the main driving force, is the reason for why some of these people are around, because we see the King of Pentacles, and we see the stirring of the having to kind of not bow before, but just the where one's position is. And it's the larger than life feeling of the Six of Swords is really reflecting on the fact that your energy, the aspect that is what magnetizes people to you, is prominently seen from off in the distance. It's prominently seen from far away. So this means that there's also a call that you need to do some investigation as well, and just at least have awareness, because there's assumptions being made, and you don't necessarily do the best when you're not looking deeper than the surface level. If things seem like they're on the level, you just kind of go with it. So this is confirmation, like, hey, do a little bit more digging, do a little bit more trusting of your intuitive sense, and stop just taking action. Slow the fuck down. So with this Aries season, Virgo, as you take this divine breath, as you move through this fiery Aries season, as you make your as you take your intent and focus on this Libra moon portal and what the new connections and the revisiting or the reestablishing of old connections as new connections. Ask yourself how these connections can benefit you and what you're sacrificing in order to make it happen. Are these connections actually beneficial for you, or are they just convenient for you? Take time to reflect on what's best for you and let this resonate within the areas of your energy field that are most healthy. Much love, many blessings, and Ashe.